Beckett burners here are pretty solid burners. They use them on everything, from every product Levoy has, from these distributor trucks to their tack tanks to their distributor trailers to Craftco crack sealers, the Falcon pothole patches. They use them on everything.
Okay.
They're pretty solid pumps, pretty solid burners. We don't really have a whole lot of problems out of them, and when we do have problems out of them, we've got enough experience with them to where we can diagnose them pretty easily. And we keep parts on the truck. I've got enough parts for a Beckett burner on my truck to pretty much rebuild one, if need be.
Awesome.
That temp sensor I was telling you about is right here.
Okay.
So you see
that's to the computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see it's right next to the burner, so
Yeah.
naturally that one's going to read hotter than the
Real
other
quick,
two.
right.
The best thing to do when you're trying to take a temperature reading, an accurate one, is to just kind of take the average of all three. So if that one says it's 180, that one says it's 150, you
In
can
the
bet
middle.
it's probably about 165, 170, somewhere in there.
Gotcha.
Okay. And this truck does come with a burner cutoff, a temperature limit,
Yeah.
which you can set in the cab, and then once it reaches that temperature, it'll automatically cut the cab.
Cool. Yeah.
This truck has I think it's a 12 or 14 foot bar, with the main bar being 8 feet, and then you've got an additional 2 feet on each wing.
Okay.
You noticed all those switches in the cab, all the little ones in a row. Those are for each individual foot of the bar, or every 3 nozzles. So you hit one of them switches, you're going to activate 3 nozzles.
Gotcha.
That being said, you can, if you want to individually deactivate a nozzle or 2, you can take it, you can flip this
Just
tab.
hand hit it.
Yeah, and it'll deactivate it. You just want to make sure that when you do that, there's a certain orientation that these have to be at here. You'll notice that roll pin here.
Yep.
See how it's not in the center of the bar, it's offset.
Correct.
You want that up towards the top. This side being the top.
Okay. The
This
roll pin
here.
is it right here?
Yeah, that roll pin there, see how it's offset?
Yeah.
You're gonna want that facing towards the top.
Okay.
So if the wing is down, it's gonna be going up towards the top. It will work if you have it the other way around, but it's gonna leak.
Gotcha.
With it like that, it keeps enough spring tension on the valve to keep it from leaking.
Okay.
Each individual spray valve, so every 3, is going to be controlled by the same spray valve and the same cylinder here.
Gotcha.
They're called back valves. They're blue. There's some in there I'll show you, but we don't really have too many issues out of these here. I'll replace one every now and then. They're pretty solid valves. They're pretty simple. It's just an on and an off. It's shooting either air one way or it shoots it the other way, just depending on if it's sending voltage to it or not. You do have a wing level sensor in here. They used to use mercury switches.
You mean what kind of level?
So it's going to tell whether or not you're here or you're here.
Okay. Okay.
They used to use mercury switches, but the EPA said they were worried about it building bombs.
The mercury.
So they got rid of it. Apparently it was enough mercury.
I can still stick it in my mouth though, huh?
Yeah.
Take the
You
temperature.
can still eat it in all your food with all the microplastics.
Right.
But you know, can't be having people building bombs, I guess. But they switched with that. They switched to just a level switch.
Free energy.
Yeah. They come from the factory already set, so it won't allow these valves to open up and spray if the wing is like this. The wing has to be pointed downwards for them to open
That's
up and
awesome.
spray.
Good
That's
stuff.
not saying that they won't.
Yeah.
That level switch fails. I've seen them fail.
Ooh.
I've seen the mercury switches fail. I haven't seen any of these level switches fail yet. I've seen the mercury switches fail. They will. Back in the day, they would.
Can you tell which one I got? You got I got level, right? Not the mercury. They stopped doing the mercury.
Yeah, it should be. It depends on when the truck was made.
It's brand new.
I think it's gonna have
Okay.
It's the newer serial number plate, so I'd be willing to bet that it's got the level switch in it.
Okay.
If you want, we can take and we can grab a 3/8 wrench and we can pull this cover off, and we can verify that if you'd like. But
No worries. I'll let Fleet deal with it. But I just won't be standing there when it kicks on. That's
If
all.
it does have mercury switches, there is an update kit out there that you can take and we can come in and we can install for you to change that from a mercury switch to a level switch.
Well, hell, yeah. I probably would want to take a look at it. I still got
Thank
this.
God.